What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the CFL podcast, and today we're going to be talking about the top prospects in JSU's 2022 recruiting big board. Y'all, Coach Prime is now going after these top 100 guys, these top 50 guys. We know what he did last year. We know what he did for this freshman class. I mean, he capped out at 53 in the country, 53 or 54 in the country against, I think he finished higher than like some SEC schools. He did a tremendous job for only 1 year coaching, a half year coaching, really. So now we're going to look at what he's doing with the 2022 class, who he trying to get, who he's going after, who he's targeting. Now, I'm going to make a part 2 to this video because this video is going to be strictly 4 and 5 star guys. The next video I'm going to make is going to be the 3-star guys. So for right now, I just want to break that up because it would have been a tremendously long video had I put everybody in one. Now, keep in mind, okay, he offered more 5 stars and he offered more 4 stars as well. However, some of them have already announced their top 5, their top 7, top 8. You know how they do, and Jackson State did not make that list. So to me, it's like they just don't have a chance at this point. So there's no need in even putting them in the video. So these are the guys who still have Jackson State as a true competitor along with the rest of the schools for their services. We're going to start off with 5-star linebacker and running back Harold Perkins. Now, y'all, he's 6'2", he's 210 pounds, and he is an Under Armour All-American invite. So he will be going to that game, of course, that he will be playing in. He's out of Cypress, Texas. Nationally, he's ranked 14th in the country. And at the outside linebacker position, he's number 1 in the country, okay? Dude is elite. Out of the state of Texas, you know how many prospects Texas has. It is a huge state. He is ranked number 4. Now, on defense, he had 47 tackles for 14 tackles for loss, and he also had 3 sacks. On offense, he had 1,446 yards all-purpose and 18 touchdowns. Oh, and by the way, he was first team all-district. So, Harold Perkins is a guy who I genuinely hope, it's him and one other guy who I genuinely hope that they do get if they get no one else. It is not going to be easy by any account, okay? Understand that. He visited Texas A&M and he visited Texas, and he looked like he loved both of those visits, okay? Texas got some fire pictures of him. I should be putting it up right now, or y'all should be looking at it. And Texas A&M, it seems like he just loved that visit. And you know, I get it because they have the money, they have the facilities, and everything like that. And one is already in the SEC, and one probably will move to the SEC in like a few years. So I get it. I get why it's taking them so long to, make a decision. Now, next up, we got Zach Rice. 5-star offensive tackle. 6'6", 282 pounds out of Lynchburg, Virginia. Nationally, he is ranked number 7th. At his position, he is ranked number 1. And in the state of Virginia, he's also ranked number 1. Now, y'all, here's what's crazy about it. Y'all know I made a video on Zach Rice like a couple of weeks back, right? So y'all know JSU offered him. This video was made a couple of weeks back, so some of y'all should know about him already. But this stat is what I found crazy. Y'all, he had 115 pancakes in 8 games. I'm going to say that again. 115 pancakes in 8 games. That boy's a monster. That boy's a monster. 100, y'all. Okay. I'm not even gonna say no more of that. Y'all know what it is. All right. Now, one thing I will say about Zach Rice is that his leverage does need work, right? Because sometimes when he's in battles with these defensive linemen, if he has better leverage, it's not even a competition. You feel me? Like, I feel like he can get in his own way a few times, which is a very fixable problem. Right, but I feel like he can get in his own way sometimes by just being a little too high. I feel like if he gets low enough and he leverages his body the way that it needs to be leveraged when he's coming off the ball, he's unstoppable. Okay, but it's a reason why he's number 1 at his position and number 1 in the state. Also, he's a very good pass protector, very good. But What I think he can improve on, because that's always something you can improve on, in this pass blocking set, I think it needs to be, it looks like it needs to be more comfortable for him, because when he's in it and he's coming out and the defensive lineman is rushing at him, it's like he can't get his kick step back fast enough. You feel me? Like, I feel like he could be a lot more explosive getting off and getting his hand set, ready to punch that defensive lineman and keep him away from the quarterback. But that's just my opinion. Now, the first four-star guy we're going to talk about goes by the name of Barian Brown. Now, y'all, he is 6'1", he's 173 pounds, and he is an athlete, a true athlete, out of Nashville, Tennessee. Nationally, he's ranked 193rd, okay? At his position, he's ranked number 8, and in the state, he's ranked number 5. Now, if I had to compare him to anybody, I would compare him to Charles Nelson that played for Oregon. I'm a big Oregon fan, so when you see the comparisons coming from Oregon, y'all should know what it is. But I truly think he's a Charles Nelson, and I'm going to say why. The build is there. Okay, I think Charles Nelson is 174, Barian is 173. Now, Charles Nelson being 5'8", he's 6'1", so that's a bit of a difference there, but that would be the biggest difference. Their style of play is the same. He could be a gadget guy, but that's not all you would want him for, okay? Punt return, kick return, he can do that as well, and he can also be a dynamic receiver, especially when you're sending him up the seams. Just watch him work. Watch him work. You're watching the highlight tape right now, most likely. You can see what he does. Dude is a straight speed demon, okay, with good hands. And I mean, if you're gonna be an athlete and you're gonna be playing wide receiver at any position on the field, you better have good hands. So there goes that. And also, when he runs, he looks like he's gliding. I don't know why, but I like that. When he runs, it looks like he's gliding. Because when you're watching the tape, a lot of these defenders have great angles on him, but he still winds up running past them simply because he's just a very fast individual. And I want to know what his 40 time is. I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna try to see if I can find his 40 time, because he seems legit. He seems legit. At least a 4.4. But I feel like he runs even faster than that. Now, moving along. We got Azaria Thomas, 6'1", 177-pound athlete. Okay, nationally, he's ranked 89th. At his position, he's ranked number 4. And in the state of Florida, because he's from Niceville, Florida, he's ranked number 15. Now, I will say this about Azaria Thomas. I think he could be the most consistent prospect on this list. I really do. If they're able to land Azaria Thomas, he will be the most consistent guy wherever you put him at. I think he will excel wherever you put him at on the field. Okay? And that's not to discredit any other prospect on this list. I just think with Azaria, it's just his football IQ is there. I really do believe that his football IQ is there, and it's above where you would expect a high school prospect's football IQ to be at. I think he brings excitement to whatever position he plays. I think he's a guy who will do his job and do it well consistently. I think even if you're short at a different position, you can plug him in there and he'll go to work. I think this is a guy who Coach Prime needs to go after heavily. Okay, not just Harold, not just Barian. I think he needs to go after Azaria Thomas really hard, really hard. Now, here's the second guy that I really hope goes to JSU. Earl Little Jr. There's been videos on Earl Little Jr. Y'all know, some of y'all should know who he is. Y'all know Jackson State has been offered him, right? Excuse me. But I genuinely hope, no matter how packed that DB room is at Jackson State, he is a guy who could put somebody on the bench who could be a starter for Jackson State right now. He's 6 foot, 175 pounds. Like I said, he's a DB from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Now, nationally, he's ranked 100, top 100 guy. At his position, he's ranked number 12. And in the state of Florida, he's ranked number 16. He did miss 4 games due to injury, but he doesn't have a consistent injury problem. So I don't want y'all to think that he can't stay healthy. He just had an injury, and they kept him out for 4 games. So he did make a return that season. Now, y'all, dude is a ball hawk. And he has very long arms, right? But here's the thing. His play recognition is his strength to me. Because he has such great play recognition, he's able to be a great ball hawk. He's able to pick off these passes and he's, deflect these balls. Even if you got him beat, understand, Earl Little will fight with you to the end until that ball is dislodged. He is not a guy who's going to give up just because you got him on the point of attack, which is what I love about his game. Earl Little Jr., I think Coach Prime in practice when he's coaching up them DBs, Earl Little Jr. is a guy he's going to enjoy being able to coach up if Earl decides to come to JSU. Now, I also think he could be the Deshaun Warren replacement when Deshaun Warren goes to the league, because Deshaun Warren doesn't have long before he's getting drafted. He is a legit NFL talent who could have been at any Power 5 school by now. But Earl Little Jr., like Deshaun, shuts down the side of the field, one side of the field that he's on, whatever side that is. Whatever side of the field that he's on, he shuts that down. And you better not throw his way, otherwise it won't be good for you. We got two guys left, all right? And one of those two guys, Chris Marshall. 4-star, 6'3", 195-pound wide receiver from Missouri City, Texas. Now, yeah, nationally, he's ranked 107th. At his position, he's ranked number 15. And in the state, he's ranked number 9. What I like about Chris Marshall is that Chris Marshall is already very stoutly built. He's a big body guy kind of receiver. You love to see it. In his 6'3" frame, the fact that he's almost 200 pounds means the strength and conditioning coach at JSU is going to love him. It's going to be, your work just got that much easier, making him that much bigger, putting more muscle on him, okay? So if he decides to come to JSU, y'all, it ain't going to be easy for whatever DB crosses against him. I'm not saying he's a guy who's going to have to redshirt, because I really don't think he is. I'm just saying that whenever he steps on the field and whenever he's gained that college muscle, wherever he decides to go, Chris Marshall is going to be a guy who's going to be a problem for whoever lines up against him. I think he could be an A.J. Brown like A.J. Brown was at Ole Miss, okay? Everything he does on the field, it looks to be strength-driven, which is what I love about him, all right?
But wait! There's more!
Now, before we get into this last prospect, I just want to say he's hitting Florida and Texas heavy. We know Florida being his hometown, his home state, and Texas being the place that he resided before taking a job at Jackson State. I can see why he would. Those are two states who puts out elite prospects. Florida being known for his speed, Texas being known for his strength and all-around skilled players. Now, y'all, this last guy goes by the name of Dante Anderson. He's a 4-star cat, all right? 6'3", 205 pounds. He's an edge rusher from Homestead, Florida. Nationally, he's the top 300. He's in the top 300, ranked number 299. He just barely made it. At his position, he's ranked number 15, and in the state of Florida, he's ranked number 33. Now, he has great pursuit, and he uses his hands really well. Y'all know, me being a former defensive end, what I love to see from defensive end prospects coming out of high school is kids who have an arsenal of pass rushing moves. Even if they're not pass rushing, just they have an arsenal of hand moves that they can use to go against these offensive tackles. Because what you see a lot with these highly ranked defensive linemen is that, you know, they only have one, even outside linebackers, like they only have one move for getting by the tackle, and it'll work consistently for them for the simple fact that they're highly ranked and they're just that much bigger than their opponents, or quicker, or just more talented than their opponents, so they feel like they don't have to try as hard because that one move will work, and then it often comes back to bite them in the butt when they get to college and you realize, oh, they got something for that. So what I'm going to do now? He already comes with his own arsenal. Now he's going to learn more as he progresses to wherever school he goes to. But if he goes to Jackson State, I mean, man, I'm going to be real happy for him. Now, I will say this about him. he doesn't give up on a play, but I would love to see his first step become more explosive, okay? If I had to critique him, I would say that. For the simple fact that you're already 6'3", so you're undersized for your position. If you're going to have your hand in the dirt, you're undersized. So, with that being said, to keep you from moving to outside linebacker, which I think you'll be just as good there as you would on the line, you're gonna have to be faster because those tackles are gonna be bigger than you. That's a fact. You're gonna need to put weight on. Every recruiter's gonna have to put weight on, of course. But I'm just saying, for the position you play, you're definitely gonna have to put weight on. You're gonna have to get faster so that when you come off that ball, those tackles have little to no chance of getting their hands on you, because you being the size that you are, once these tackles, the good ones anyway, once they get their hands on you, it's going to be a lot harder for you to get past them, simply because you aren't the typical 6'5", 6'6" defensive end that schools love. So, the first step is just going to have to be there, and I'm going to just leave it at that. That would be my only critique for Dante Anderson. Now, y'all, that concludes the list for the top prospects on JSU's 2022 recruiting board. Like I said, there will be another video where I will talk about the 3-star guys who are just as talented, very much just as talented as these guys as well. So, y'all, if y'all made it to the end of the video, thank y'all for watching. We are at 2,000 subscribers, man. 2,000. I appreciate y'all a lot for the simple fact that I did not expect this channel to gain this much notoriety. I appreciate y'all continuing to rock out with my content. Like I said, I want to make videos for y'all every day, but it's the simple fact that I do work 12-hour shifts that prevents me from doing so. So, man, I don't know. I just can't thank y'all enough. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, and that's about it. I don't really have more. I don't need to prolong the video or anything. Y'all know how I feel. Like I said, man, I really appreciate y'all. I go by the name of Kobe. This is the CFL Podcast. I'm out.